Okay, so you guys know how I love to do. Analysing Trump, analysing Musk, which is just for fun, by the way. I'm not a professional or qualified or anything. I just love Darren Brown and Sherlock Holmes. And CSI. No, but seriously, like, it is one of my favourite things to do. I've just seen that he has responded-ish to the security breach that happened the other day, right? So we've got a bunch of people talking on Signal, a bunch of principals of departments talking on Signal about attack plans in Yemen on the Houthis, and accidentally a reporter is added, and that reporter's like, hey, I don't even know if you guys know that I'm in here right now. Like, hello, is this even real? What's going on? He said that he didn't even know that it was real, or if he was being punked or like, you know, pranked, or I don't know, until the attack actually happened. And then obviously everything that he was saying in the message was what was happening in Yemen. Anyway, so we did have a look at how Jesse Waters had responded, which was just to downplay it, and then we had a look at Carolyn Levitt's tweet where she really didn't mention it at all and just attacked the journalist, right? Which I loved, because it was kind of this, yeah, well, yeah, we accidentally did that, but he wasn't even a good journalist, so don't even worry about it. Really? That's your response to your national security breach? Self-inflicted national security breach? But hey, let's go to the head honcho. I have not seen at all how he's responded. I haven't seen a single word that he said about it. If I'm putting money on it, I'm sure he's going to say something along the lines of, I don't know anything about it, because that's what he always does, right? It's not really just about what Trump says, okay? It's also how he says it and how he looks and things like that. So, yeah. Okay, let's have a look, and then I'm going to break it down. We'll see what there is to break down. I don't know how much there is to this response, so...
Reaction to the story in the Atlantic that said that some of your top cabinet officials and aides had been discussing very sensitive material through Signal and included in Atlantic.
Sorry, nobody, he hasn't even said a word. What's going on with this hair? Is it longer? Appreciate the effort that you put in there. All right, look, some of us, we ain't even bothered at all. I just getting mine up and out of the way. So props, but I don't know, something looks different about it. It's like a pigeon's been preparing it for the spring.
Reporter for that. What is your response to that?
I don't know anything about it. I'm not a big fan of the Atlantic. To me, it's a magazine that's going out of business. I think it's not much of a magazine.
Okay, yeah. He went straight for I don't know anything about it, which is pretty much what I assumed. But I did, yeah, okay. It does make sense, him jumping straight to, I don't even read the Atlantic, or it's not a good paper, or, yeah, I did forget that bit. That's always where he goes, isn't it? Which I suppose has really been on brand for what everybody else has been doing, right? That's probably why he likes them and why they get hired, the Carolyn Levitts of the administration, because she did very much the same thing, you know? It's like, it's not even a good reporter. Jesse Waters did the same thing in his take, right? So, you know, like, you can see why they appeal to Trump. They got the same kind of vibage here. Attack, attack, attack.
I don't know anything about it. I'm not a big fan of the Atlantic. To me, it's a magazine that's going out of business. I think it's not much of a magazine, but I know nothing about it. You're saying that they had what?
This is how I can kind of tell he knows a little bit of what's going on, maybe not the specifics. When he turns around and then asks, what is it that you were talking about? Like, the only part that I really paid attention to was possibly Signal messaging, breach of security, and the Atlantic journalist or something. And like, you know, oh yeah, that's the thing that's going to just discredit, don't know anything, completely palm it off, feign ignorance, all of those kinds of things. What was it you actually saying? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I just know my programming default is to deny and pass off.
Having to do with what? What were they talking about?
With the Houthis.
The Houthis? You mean the attack on the Houthis? Well, it couldn't have been very effective, because the attack was very effective, I can tell you that. I don't know anything about it. You're telling me about it for the first time.
It couldn't have been very effective. What couldn't have been very effective? Okay, so it's what he's saying here is... Wait. Even though there may have been somebody accidentally added to the group, which is a security breach, it wasn't actually a bad thing, or everything is okay, because the plan went off without a hitch. Well, it couldn't have... What do you mean it couldn't have been very effective? Just, he's saying it like it was intentional. Oh my gosh, and all I can see here, just off to the side, That's Mike Johnson there. I can just see the side of his head. He keeps looking down to the ground. He keeps he's just glancing down, just looking, just don't make eye contact with anyone. Just look down, just look away. Marco Rubio does that sometimes as well. We spoke about it. It's sometimes like, you know how sometimes when your friends are having arguments with their parents when you're at their house, and you're just like sort of sat there really awkwardly, like, don't look, don't stare, don't catch anyone's eye or anything like that. I'm not here, I'm just part of the furniture. Which they really do need to be careful of around a vice president like J.D. Vance, because, you know, like they don't want to actually mold with the furniture. He might mistake them, you know, and that's just going to be entirely their own fault, you know. If you show up wearing furniture like looks Mike Johnson and Marco Rubio, you can't then put the blame on the man. You can't, okay? So watch yourselves.